Hello everyone, today we are going to review the database for Pine Hill Music School. The purpose of this database is to pretty much keep track of all the information, particularly in this case for the teachers. And it's just a way to keep everything organized in one set of data and that is accessible to other members of the organization at any time. So the first thing that I did was to create a blank database. So I just went to Microsoft Access and created a new, let me just show you here, a new blank database here and rename it Pine Hill and created it. So that's what you are seeing right here. And after that, I pretty much renamed there was an accessible table here. It was table 1, which I will show you right now. And I renamed the first field teacher ID, and I set it to be a text field. So I went to the fields tools and made it made it a data type text here. And after that, I entered different fields for the teacher's information, which is first name, last name, degree, school, hire date. So you can see that hire date has a date and time field, data type. And after that, I just entered the record shown in the table provided in the case number 1. So you can see here all the information, the initial information. And after that, the owner of this database, she had another table with other records from which was a table called faculty. I copy that data into this teachers table here. So I pretty much copy from that table. Let me see if I can show it here. From the school database, I opened this and I selected everything and I copy everything from here into, I close this and I copy everything into the table 1 or teachers table here. And pretty much after that, what I did is I just resized the columns just by using the resizing tool. And after that, I created a simple query. So in this case, I went to the Create tab. I closed the table, the main teachers table here. I don't want to make any changes. And I went to the Create tab here. And I went to the Query Wizard and selected Simple Query Wizard and OK. And as you can see here, that's what we have here, the start date. We can click on that and it's based on first name, last name, and hire date. So let me just take a few steps back. I want to show you how that was done. So simple query, okay. Then I added the fields, first name, last name, and hire date. And I said next, and I rename it to start date. And I finished it. In this case, I'm just going to cancel because we already completed that step. And after that, we created a form so that other members of the organization can use that form to enter information. So you can see here I have the teacher info form. And the way that I did that was by going in the Create tab, I went to Form, and you can see here the immediately shows you all the fields with the corresponding field names. And then I save it. In this case I won't save it because it is already created, and I rename it to teacher info. And after that I'm gonna close this, and I'm not going to save anything. And after that I created a report. In this case you see it here is reports teacher list. So this is how it looks right now, but I did this by just clicking on report, and you can see here it shows all the fields from the teachers based on the teachers table. And you can see here that the dotted lines that show how much information will fit on one page. You can see that the data exceeds that space. So what I did is I resized all the columns just to make them a little wider of the header name, and pretty much I repeated that step with all the columns. So what you see here right now, I don't want to save these, is just the resized version of the teacher list report, including the page number and the resized total number of teachers. And after that, basically what I did was just to close the teacher table, and I closed anything that I have open, and close the database. So I went to the File tab and just closed the database. And that's what I did for case number 1. Thank you for your attention.